What's up, people? We are live today, and let's see who are all joining this particular live stream today. I hope you're all excited because I am super duper excited. What's been going on? So, can you all hear me? I want to hear something on chat so that I know things are working fine. Hello from India. How are you all? So, Team BrandingBum, if you can hear me clearly, then I request you to kindly say hi. Oh, there's a voice echo. Okay, try to remove that echo. Let me see. So, is it still there? Is it too bad? Is the echo too bad? Can someone type in the chat and tell me? Keshav has joined us. Hi Keshav, how are you? It's been quite a while since we spoke. How's everything going? Hi Hima. How's the audio quality on this one? Is it better? So, we are going to be starting very soon. Just going to be setting up my timer here. This stream is going to last for 1 hour. Okay. So there are people saying that they can't hear me clearly. So what's exactly happening? I did a check before going live and everything seemed to be perfect, working perfectly. So what's exactly happening? Is it only on LinkedIn or is it on YouTube also? You know what? I'm just going to pick out. Okay. Keshav says that it's not clear and he can't hear me. Hima is also there with us on our backend. She's looking into things so that they work smoothly. Let me also quickly have a check so as to why this is actually. Supposedly YouTube is fine, but LinkedIn has a problem. Okay, we'll check LinkedIn next time before starting the next stream. But let's start now. What is the agenda for today? So this is where we are. Okay. I asked ChatGPT what exactly should I do today in my live stream, and this is what I got as a result. So, we are going to be starting off with a quick introduction where, of course, there's going to be a welcome. So, welcome everyone who is joining us, everyone that is going to be seeing this live stream in the future. Thank you for investing your time, which is one of the most valuable assets. Uh, and I hope I will be able to bring a lot of value through this live stream. The goal is to be able to add value in your lives and learn something on the way. Now, what is the purpose? Like, why are we even doing this live stream? Like, what is the agenda that we have? So, primarily, what was happening is that I've started Branding Bum almost 4 to 5 months ago after leaving my last job. And it took me quite a while to set up all the systems, the website, and the entire operations in a seamless manner so that, I could actually onboard new clients and then start working with them. But one challenge that I was facing is initially I had to get to a point where the production quality of our videos was like really, really amazing. So it took some time to get that up and running. Right now, we are focusing more on the content quality. Okay, so initially, the content that you might have seen going on all of our social media platforms was kind of a warm up. It was there so that we could just warm up the algorithm. But now the algorithms have been warmed up. Now we are going to be focusing absolutely on creating as much value as possible. So there is some echo. Okay, let me just quickly check into that. Audio input capture. So I'm using this software called OBS, um, Streamlabs. So probably is it better now? Is it clear? Does it still have an echo? Hello, hello. Testing the mic. One, two, three. One, two, three. Is there still an echo? Can someone tell me in the chats? Okay, cool. Awesome. I think we have successfully taken care of that echo. Okay, where was I? So, what I was saying is that for the next 75 days, I've set a target for myself. I will be going live every single day. The first week, I will be going live for 1 hour. Second week, I will be going live for 2 hours. And from third week onwards, until the 75th day of this live stream challenge, I will be going live for 3 hours every single day. Now, you must be wondering, like, what exactly is the motivation behind this live? It's plain and simple. So I do get distracted sometimes when I'm working and I get confused. And since I'm working from my home, it gets a little boring sometimes to actually, just work by all by myself. So I was brainstorming and I was thinking of solutions to actually fix this problem and invite other people onto the journey as well. And then I realized that what if I would actually go 3 hours straight live and show exactly, very, very clearly and transparently what I am doing in order to build multiple businesses to reach certain numbers, revenue numbers in the next 75 days. The goal is very simple. I want to be able to close 5 new clients for Branding Bump on a recurring subscription by the end of these 75 days. And not just any clients, I will not be accepting anyone and everyone. There is a particular process where I get on a call with my potential clients, trying to figure out if there is actually a mutual exchange of value even possible with them or not. And once there is a positive uh, thought and future projection, then obviously we are going to be working together. So, 5 clients is the first goal that we are trying to achieve through this live stream. And the second goal that we are trying to achieve is we are going live on 3 platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. But the objective is to get 10,000 followers on YouTube by the end of these 75 days. Now, if we don't reach this number, there is something that is going to be at stake. Otherwise, it's not going to be fun for anyone, right? Neither for me. There's going to be literally no pressure, and you people will also not be able to see, like, if this guy does not reach 10K, then what is at stake. I haven't figured out that stake yet because I am so detached from material things that it almost feels like anything and everything is fine. But if you can just drop in something that I should keep at stake, okay, what should happen if I actually don't reach these goals by the end of 75 days? Drop your answers in the comments. And if I find something really interesting, then I will pick that up and I will announce that as the stake if I don't actually achieve these goals. Now, why should you tune in to my live stream every single day? There can be multiple reasons. First, the live stream is going to be happening between 11 to 5 p.m. Initially, the live stream is short, hence, we might actually uh, have it anywhere in between that time. I will actually start putting the event reminders so that everyone who wants to join and connect can get an update one day in advance. But slowly over a period of time, we will only have like a small window. So ideally, 11 o'clock to 2 p.m. Indian Standard Time is the first window that I might start. And the second window, the maximum that I can extend it up to is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So these are the two windows in between which I'm going to have my lives. And again, if I'm going to be eating my lunch, then either I'll start at 2 or I'll start at 1. So these are the timings. So what can you expect to hear from me in these lives? So I have an answer to this, which is also very, very amazing. So if I just scroll through a little bit over here and I go a little bit up. See, I'm actually showing you my entire ChatGPT history. This is supposed to be a big time secret, but I thought I'm not going to be gatekeeping any of my content going forward, at least for the live streams, and I'm going to be showing you everything that is planned and prepared for all of you. Okay. So I've trained my particular ChatGPT bot over here. So I have reached this particular answer after a lot of prompting and corrections. And so this is where we are now. So the main structure of content that you can expect to see from me in the coming weeks or months, let's see how long I'll actually be able to last with this challenge. But the main structure and categories are: first and foremost, knowledge on professional mastery. So I'll be talking about core topics like digital technologies, design and creative innovation, entrepreneurship, and business dynamics, within which we are going to be delving into a lot of different topics like artificial intelligence, which includes tools, all the different tools and resources that I actually use in my daily workflows to create content at the speed of light, literally. Then I will be talking about digital strategies to help you market your brand and business, search engine optimization, tricks, tips, and hacks. We'll also be touching on paid advertising campaigns, PPC campaigns. We'll talk about the specificities of different platforms and how they're actually useful and what are the use cases of that. Then under design, I will be talking about the brand architecture, what are the current UI, UX trends in the market? How do you actually visualize your ideas in such a way that they actually become useful for your audience? And how to develop a brand voice and brand persona so that it becomes more relatable to your audience. Then we are going to be talking about content sculpting, where we'll be talking about content writing, storytelling as a medium to connect with your audience, and story selling will also be a huge part of what we are planning to do. Content curation, content creation is obviously going to be part of all of this. And under entrepreneurship, we are going to talk about what are startup ethos, what are different business models that can be implemented, what are different innovations within business models that can take your business from a zero to a hero, and different strategies to actually scale your business and brand. And then we'll be navigating through the market using different kinds of funnels, video funnels, landing pages, and different kinds of funnels. We'll talk about how you can increase and improve audience engagement and build a community around it. And what are the different tactics that you can implement to actually sell better without sounding cheesy or salesy and getting rejected by everyone that you're trying to actually convert. So, the second part of what we are going to be focusing upon in this series is personal growth and mindful living. So, you know, one of the major things that actually decides the future of an entrepreneur, you might be like really, really amazing at your strategies and your ideas, and you might be an amazing coder or an amazing businessman. But if you are not able to take care of your mental health, I can assure you that you will not be able to go longer. So why is that? Because obviously the mind is the processing unit, the processing hub, like the CPU of a system. That is where all the ideas are processed and all the solutions are created. So cognitive and emotional wellness, that's the next area of my own interest, as well as something that would interest creators, influencers, or entrepreneurs in particular. We'll be talking about how to train your brain using techniques to enhance the capacity and capability of your mind. We'll be talking about growth mindset. What are the ideal ways to achieve the peak performance, and how to be much more mindful in your daily life, in your business, in your company. Then we are going to talk about the connection of the heart and soul with your mind. We'll be talking about emotional intelligence. What are the different relationship dynamics that play in business and life and how they impact each other? And interpersonal strategies to keep your sanity intact. Obviously, the mind is not enough. If we have to train the mind, we also need to take care of the body. So we'll be talking about how to maintain your energy and physical strength using different kinds of nutrition. We'll be talking about nootropics. We'll be talking about holistic fitness, yoga, and tailored routines, which include neuro linguistic programming and hypnosis to actually remove all your blocks and nourish your physical body and change your image that you have about yourself in the physical realm. We'll also be talking about the flow of energy, how the chakras uh, can get blocked or clogged, and how you can actually remove these blocks from your chakras. What are different types of spiritual meditations, and what exactly is energy healing or pranic healing or Reiki? Then we're going to dive into something that really helps me unwind on a day to day basis. We are going to talk about the art of communication and interpersonal mastery. Well, I'm sorry, this was not exactly how I unwind. This is something that I'm interested in the most. I love interacting with people. So, how do you actually get your true voice? How do you start speaking from your core? What is uh, the different kind of, what are the different kind of strategies that you need to implement when you're actually doing public speaking? How do you coach your team and people around you, maybe in your personal life or your professional life? And how to interact better using methodologies uh, and frameworks or mental models. We are also going to be talking about the craft of comedy and why humor, when infused with content, can make the content 10 times more relatable and memorable. And then finally, this is where I actually unwind and recharge myself. So the world of arts, culture, and exploration. So things like, there are a lot of audiobooks which are maybe autobiographies or biographies or fiction also, something that we used to read as children. We used to get like this children's digest book. It had like really fun fables and Jataka tales, which gave deep meaning and deep understanding to everyday situations and scenarios. So that's something that I'm going to be sharing with you all from time to time. Um, LinkedIn strategies and online branding. I think this is something that ChatGPT has misplaced a little bit. This needs to be more in the first section in the digital strategy section. Then we are going to be talking about what are the different wisdoms that come from Eastern and Western philosophies, and what are the contemporary interpretations of that, and different practices that people follow all around the world to become more spiritual as people. We also have a few entertaining things like, if possibly we are going to be going traveling, I'm going to be sharing that with you. I play Dota, so I'll be sharing that with you as well. And my personal life lessons, that is key because I'm someone who does not stop myself from taking action, even if I know that I'm going to fail or I'm going to um, end up having a lot of mistakes in my life. So much so that I actually wanted to create this dictionary called the Dictionary of Mistakes. It's going to be a simple file where a simple book where, you know, from the first 20 years of my life, what were the core mistakes that I made and what I got to learn from that and what I would do differently. And if you, as a reader, happen to buy that book, what you can exactly do in order to not make those kind of mistakes and make better mistakes so that your learnings are better. So that's something that I'll be sharing as well. I'll be sharing my personal life journey and my personal life stories with you so that you get an understanding of how I came here and how I became who I am today. Uh, Again, stories are the key to everything that we are doing here because that is exactly how human beings from time immemorial have been sharing information with each other. That's the best way for you to connect with me, to relate with me, and understand the journey and build better context and join us on this journey. And then finally, uh, let's get into the next section of today's live stream. So, ChatGPT says build entrepreneurial foundations, then talk about tech insights, then lay out content strategy essentials, and talk about personal growth and its importance. I think instead of this, let me just focus once again on my personal journey so far, where I am right now, and where I wish to be in the future. All of this started at a very young age when I was about 4 to 5 years. Okay, small disclaimer, we are going to be traveling a little bit back in time, although this might not really seem relevant to this live stream right now. But if you stick with me till the end of this live stream, I promise you that I will build the context and help you understand why exactly I am who I am today and what led me to become who I am today. Let me actually switch to main focus on me here. So, at a very young age, almost at the age of 4, 5, I used to live with my grandparents in Rajasthan. And I had very long curly hair and I was very bubbly and jovial kind of a kid. I would go to my neighbor's house and open the cage of their parrot. And then they came running to our house and say, to my grandparents that, Shubham actually uh, flew a parrot out. And I would give like very cute answers like, actually, I did not fly that parrot away. I just opened the cage and it flew by itself. So you see, even at that time, I understood that a parrot should not be caged. I had that empathy for a parrot. And that was my nature. I would keep all my toys very neatly arranged and organized. If I would go to sleep, I could not sleep until all the wrinkles of my blanket and bed sheet were removed. I now think maybe that was OCD, but not really sure about it because at that particular time there was no internet and people were not aware of all of these different things in the area that I lived. So as I grew up, I was about 5, 6 years old, and I then moved in with my parents. The reason I was not living with my parents until this point of time is because my mom always wanted to become a beautician. So she was getting trained to become a better beautician. And because she was so busy, she could not take care of me at that particular time. So she had actually made sure that I'm living happily with my grandparents and a huge family. So when I moved back in with my parents, I shifted to Bangalore, and this is when I joined a KV school. And when I was in my school, the first day of my school, I can still remember, everyone was speaking English. And I was like, I did not know even like a single bit of English. And I felt so left out that I started crying and I went back home and I complained to my parents that, I can't even speak English and this is so traumatic. And this is, I mean, I didn't use the word traumatic, but it was really, really disheartening. So as time passed by, I became better in English because I started speaking with people in my class, my friends. Already there are two key things that I've mentioned so far in the story that are going to lead up to something very significant. The first one is my mom and her ambition to become a beautician. The second one is my communication skill in English. So as I grow up, I also think I had this ADHD because I could not sit in one place in my class. I would always keep jumping here and there, running around, creating chaos, for which I would get into trouble a lot of different times. The moment my parents would go to any kind of PTA meetings, all my teachers would just jump on to them and they'll be like, Shubham did this and that. And that's kind of like my early childhood. Then, when I was in my eighth standard, this was somewhere around 2004, 2005, my life completely took a huge, drastic, dramatic turn. What happened was I changed my school from one KV to another. And this new KV did not really, it wasn't like very welcoming to me. I got bullied by a lot of people every single day for at least 2 years until the 10th standard, because after 10th standard, we change our classes because we choose different subjects. But until 10th standard, life was painful. It was hell almost. So at this particular time, for the next 2 years, I suffered bullying. All my classmates were kind of against me, and they manipulated the teachers also to be against me. So basically, I felt left out. I could not share all of this with my parents because I did not feel safe emotionally to share it with them. There were a different set of stories happening back at home. All of this led me to start doing things that I would ideally not want to do in life. These were really, really bad things. I can't even share these things with anyone else. But I did some really mean and negative things in this era of my life. I knew that these are bad things, but I did not really know how or what I should be doing. And then as time passed by, I wanted to fulfill this dream. Like my father used to say he wanted to be a pilot, but he couldn't be one because of some financial issues back at home. So he had a dream that I would be a pilot. But I'm not that person. I am a very creative and visual kind of a person. I can't think of analytics and numbers, and being a pilot requires one to be really, really strategic and logical in their thoughts because there are so many calculations that are happening at the speed of light, right? So I still thought maybe let's take a try. I dropped 1 year after my 12th standard. I don't know how I passed my 12th, but I dropped 1 year and I was preparing for IIT. That did not go anywhere. And I ended up just joining one of these local colleges in Bangalore. And within 2 months, I was able to realize that this is a big mistake. While everyone is trying to, you know, feed their mind with all this theory, I knew that if I do not gain practical knowledge and exposure, I will be left behind. I will become a mediocre person, just like all the people. Like there's so many people who finish their engineering and don't even have jobs. And I was extremely worried that I would land up in something like that. And I did not want to. But there were so many voices coming from every direction that I was not really sure what I need to do. Do I continue? If yes, how? And how do I exactly fulfill all the things that I want to? So I took a very, very big step in my life. Until this point, I was actually an atheist. And anytime I would see a spiritual person, a guru, or a monk, I would try to pull their legs by asking them very tricky questions about God, which I knew for a fact they would not be able to answer. So this one day, I saw a monk walking in our college. I went up to him and I started speaking to him about God and the existence and our purpose and things. And to my surprise, he gave me answers that were so enlightening that it changed my worldview completely. So much that I found a path, a way that I could follow. Anyways, engineering was getting boring, and I knew that it's not going to lead me into any good place. So I left engineering, dropped out of engineering, and I mean, there were a lot of troubles I went through to actually drop out, but still, I dropped out of engineering and I joined the temple as a full time brahmachari. Now, for the next 2 years, I sat in meditation. I did all the seva possible in the temple, helping them with media, live streaming, and video production and handling their digital marketing. That was some seva that I used to do. But apart from that, mainly I was there so that I could hear my own voice and I could be away from all the noise of my teachers, my friends, and my parents and my relatives who are all trying to pull me in different directions, telling me that this is the right thing to do, that is the right thing to do. But what is the right thing to do? I literally sat with God, looked up to him, and I asked him this one question every single day for the next 2 years. The question was, what is the purpose of my existence? Why am I sent on this planet? Why am I here? And I was like, I'm super, super grateful, and I'm very fortunate to have received the answer to this question. So while sitting in meditation, one day it just struck me literally, like I was actually looking at the deities of Krishna and Radha and Krishna. And a lot of you will be like, I'm crazy, but they actually started speaking to me and they told me that your pain is your purpose. So this is when I realized that, I've never had good relationships with people around me. For some reason, I've been so caught up in my mind that I could never open my heart. So, how do I actually start developing better relationships? And how can I help other people in this world who might be facing similar problems, who might be feeling left out or who might be having a lot of pain because of which they're not able to connect with other people in their life. So I set out on a journey. This is around 20, 21 years old. I left the temple, I went back home, and I started doing research, trying to figure out how I can learn more about relationships. So, one lucky thing, one good thing that happened was, since I knew my mom had an ambition to become a beautician, and luckily, my dad was in Air Force, so they would leave me at these DTP operators shop. Like DTP operators are digital offset printers. So they use Corel Draw, and my dad would actually leave me next to this designer, graphic designer, and I would then tell these graphic designers what kind of fonts to use, typography to use, what kind of colors to use, what kind of images to use to build like pamphlets, menu cards, brochures for my mom's salon. So this is something that I was doing parallelly. And when I was in the temple at that time, also I was doing digital marketing and helping them with their media requirements. So I did have this background. So I utilized this. And when I returned from my temple, I joined Art of Living. And in Art of Living, I started serving them by helping them make their websites, by helping them make banners and pamphlets and different design and digital marketing related services. As a result, I was able to give my 100%. And when I gave my 100%, people started noticing and recognizing this. So they started inquiring, who is this person who is designing all of these things? And from there, I started getting a few clients. Initially, early on, I would just ask them to pay me 500 for a logo. And then the next time I was like, okay, let me try to, say that the last logo I made was 5,000, and they would readily pay. And the next person I would say 50,000, and the next person I would say 1 lakh, and the next person I would say 2 lakhs. So it kept working until a point. I mean, obviously, I did feel saturated, and this was not the ultimate purpose of my life. But for survival, it was good enough. And I reached a point where I was charging anywhere between 2 to 4 lakhs for an entire brand identity design. Now, this is where my mom's ambition and she being away from me became one part of my purpose. I wanted to help other entrepreneurs achieve their ambition, because this is something that kind of made a very huge impact in my head. That if my mother was ready to leave me with my grandparents because her ambition is so important, then of course this is something that's important in people's lives. So this became one big part of my mission and purpose in life. The second one, which you all know already, is the relationships part. So I started working on branding and designing for the next few years, and I got opportunities to work with Jose from the future. I worked with the government of India, our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, where I actually went to the ICMR headquarters and shot videos for them, where there was a vaccine drive where drones were delivering vaccines in remote areas of Manipur and the Northeast. So I got to shoot videos with the Health Minister of India, Prime Minister, the Directorate General of ICMR. I also went to Manipur where there were literally bombings happening in Imphal, but we went with our small team and we shot drones delivering vaccines with drones. Now, again, this was around 2020, something around 2020. But I was still not feeling satisfied because I was not able to work on the relationship purpose that I had in life. But by this time, I had enough financial backing and support. I had built enough uh, resources to kickstart the journey of building what is now called Find Flow. So, when I started working on Find Flow, I knew that I needed a sustainable source of income. So I joined a full-time job, and I also knew that I will not stick to this particular job for a very long time. So the goal was to fix all their problems and exit the job once the problems are fixed, obviously. So it took me about 1 year where I used AI and automation to automate their entire content cycle, to automate their entire content marketing and digital marketing activities. I was the head of marketing in this company. And one fine day, my CEO calls me and says, Shubham, thank you for whatever you have done so far. I think we are good to go from here. From here, we need to implement different kind of strategies to grow the company further. So they offered me an opportunity to work with them, continue working with them on a contractual or a consulting basis, to which I very politely denied the request because I knew that this was time that I started working on FindFlow full time. So I started working on FindFlow. We did events, but then I very soon realized that the Indian market is not yet prepared to get this particular type of knowledge yet. People are not aware of the importance of relationships yet. In the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, majority of people in India that are actually coming to our events are coming from the base of the pyramid and not from the second or third level of the pyramid. So with this, I knew that I would need much more resources than I actually thought I would need to get to where I wanted FindFlow to be. But how do we do this? I was kind of at a roadblock, and we will look into how we are exactly solving that problem after a very quick 5-minute break. I'm going to turn on some music for you all. Enjoy the music, and I will be back after a quick 5-minute break. See you. So I hope you are able to hear the music. Have fun, and I shall see you back. Okay, okay, okay. We are back. So, if you can hear me again, type I can hear you in the chat. Hello, hello, people. What's up? I am back. If you can hear me, say I can hear you. Ima says she can hear us. So, are you excited? This is exactly where we are going to be talking about how we are trying to achieve the results for FindFlow and how I'm trying to fulfill my purpose and mission in life with the help of different business models connected to FindFlow and BrandingBum. So, are you excited? Drop a thumbs up into the chat if you're excited. Okay, so let's start talking about how exactly we are trying to achieve our results. I'm going to be sharing, as you can see clearly, I have the tablet here in focus. Let me see if I can actually rotate this. Is it possible? Says it's not possible right now. How do we rotate it? Does anyone know how we can rotate this view? Anyone? Mhm. And use rotate function. It's okay. Not a big challenge. So let's dive into this section. So this is where we had this was a journey where we figured out that find flow is exactly what we want to work on to help people enhance the quality of their relationships. Okay. But how does Fine Flow get the resources without actually getting funding? Instead, how do we build this with a bootstrap method? That was the important question here. So that is when we created BrandingBum, Fusion Prompts, and we are also contemplating on something called two-wheeler ads. Now, what are these things? Let's discuss in a little bit more detail. So, BrandingBum, let's start with this. BrandingBum is a video as a service. It's basically a platform where, let's say, you are a business owner and you don't have the time to shoot videos. Ideally, if you were the one who was in your videos, it would impact the company much better. But it's not necessarily possible that, you always have time to dedicate to your, video production. That might not necessarily be the most important task in your day-to-day activities. So what happens? You try to set up a team. So what are the things that you need? What are the different people and resources that you need in order to set up a video production or content creation system inside of your organization? So you will be needing a team of content writers. You will be needing a team of videographers, video editors. You will be needing a studio. You'll be needing equipment. And am I missing out anything here? If I'm missing out anything, please let me know in the comments. But these are overall like the top level things that you'll be needing. Of course, you'll be needing an actor also who will be acting in the videos. So to hire a good content writer, even if you're in India, you're going to be paying, if you're even taking a freelancer and you have a recurring need for video content, then of course it's going to be much more costlier than hiring a full timer. But if you hire a good full timer, it's going to cost you anywhere about 25 to 1 lakh, 25K to 1 lakh per month. Okay. Then to hire a videographer, you can get freelancers on board who will come and do the job for you. But a good freelancer will still charge you anywhere between 5 to 10K per day. And video editors, yes, if you compromise on quality, you can get a video editor who will edit short videos for as low as even 500. But a good video editor will charge anywhere about 2K to 5K minimum to edit short videos. Then for studio, if you rent a small, say 5 by 5 foot or anywhere between 5 to 5 or 10 by 10 foot room, then that would cost, in a metro city like Bangalore, it will cost anywhere about 5 to 10K a month. The equipment, all the equipment that we are using has costed us about 3.5 lakhs total. And we are using the bare minimum possible, like very, very minimum. And then, of course, yeah, there'll be some softwares that you will need to subscribe to, but this is probably a one-time investment, not necessarily something that, not all softwares will be monthly, but there are some that will be monthly. If you're going with the monthly ones, it will be about 5 to 10K a month. And if you're buying all of them off like lifetime deals or something, it will be about 51 lakh investment again, 50K to 1 lakh. An actor again depends. If you can hire freelancers, they will charge anywhere about 2 to 5K a day. I mean, I'm talking about like mediocre actors. The good ones will charge much more. And if you hire someone for full time, they will charge anywhere about 25 to 1 lakh a month. Now, if you add up all of these costs, it's easily how much? So let's take averages here, okay? Content writer, let's say we are just giving them 30K. For videographers, let's say we are giving another 30K. For video editors, let's say we are giving another 30K. For studio, we are, let's say, giving 5K. For equipment, let's say we get it on rent because, that's also one option available. So all of the equipment per month, all of this is per month, by the way. So all of the equipment is another 5K. Softwares is another 5K, like Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects and stuff. And an actor again per month, anywhere about 30K. Now, if you add all of this up together, so you have 90, 120, it's approximately 1.5 lakhs a month. And I have not even counted all the time, effort, and energy that you will be putting in to train them, retain them, and brainstorm, strategize, and get them on board properly so that they can actually produce quality videos for you and your company so that you get the results that you're expecting. But what if I told you there was an easier solution that we have come up with in BrandingBum, through BrandingBum? So all you got to do is go on our platform. You go to our website, brandingbum.com, and you will land on a page which looks a little bit like this. Okay. Once you enter this page, our website, you'll see all the various plans and features that we offer. Just trying to open that up in full screen. Glitch in the matrix, basically on in what's happening here. Let's open it here and see. I actually left ChatGPT, whatever ChatGPT was saying, I'm not even working on that, which is better, I think. So you land on this website, a video production agency with a twist, and you click on see plans. And from here, you subscribe to one of our plans. You can either go for monthly. If you go for quarterly, you will get like some discount, and it's a huge discount, almost 10K per month. And what happens is, depending on the plan that you have signed up for, you get one video delivered one after the other, depending on the plan. If it is a 3-minute video, you get a 3-minute video. If it's a five, it's five. It's or it's 60 seconds. And then the delivery time is anywhere between 5 to 10 days. Why I have kept 5 to 10 days is 5 is the minimum number of days that we will deliver the video in. 10 is the maximum. Why is there a maximum and minimum? Because there might be changes involved. So if you have changes, requests for changes, then it's possible that we can process 2 changes per day. So if on the 5th day we have delivered a video to you and you request for 2 changes, then it will take 6 days to deliver. But if you request for 2 more changes, it will take another 1 day. If you request for 2 more, so it keeps on going until the 10th day. So at the end of this, you get one video in 10 days. If you are not clear and efficient with your strategies and your scripts, but if you are clear, you can get one video in 5 days. That means you can get about 6 videos a month. Okay. At the cost of, the minimum cost is approximately 50K a month. And all you have to do is tell us what the topic is. We will guide you with the content scripting as well. And we will shoot in our studio with our actors We will have our actors, we'll have our studio, and we will also edit the video, and we will deliver the final video to you where you don't have to worry about anything. We have a team of uh, 4 5 people right now, but we are expanding it. So we are trying to reach a point where we are also going to be adding some options in the future where you can customize the studio according to your requirements. You can choose actors. We are bringing uh, a lot of very great influencers from different niche onto our platform. You can select which actor you would like to subscribe to, and those actors will then start creating content for you on a regular basis depending on the plan that you've signed up for. So isn't that cool? Yeah, if it's cool, then type cool in the chat. It'll be really helpful if you could share this piece of information with your friends. Maybe there is an entrepreneur that is looking for creating content, video content specifically, then BrandingBum is the right place to go to. Maybe there is a content creator who's struggling to make money. Okay, we're gonna help them, on a living. And all of this is on a subscription basis. That is why they can be assured of the fact that they'll get paid on a monthly basis. We are also building a very small community of the content creators that we will be onboarding. And the idea is to empower them and inspire them to help them become better content creators. Okay. And right now, there is a monthly fee to actually be a part of this community because we want to keep it very high quality. That is why we have kept this uh, pricing here. So now that is the first thing that we are doing. But the challenge is the ticket price is a little higher, because of which getting clients is a little slower. Plus, my credibility, whatever I've done so far in my life, people don't really know because I have never focused on. I mean, I was a good creative. I could do marketing for other people, but doing marketing for myself was a little difficult. That's kind of a challenge that a lot of creative folks have. But I finally overcome that, and I've reached a point where I have dropped the idea of being perfect and have embraced the idea of being real. Now we have very short amount of time left on this particular live stream. I might extend beyond the timer maybe by 5 minutes at the max, leaving time for you to engage with me and ask me questions if you have any. But right now, since that idea is not blowing up like I expected it to, because it needs a lot of marketing and people need to become aware of this solution in particular, I had to figure out different ways to bring people onto this particular platform. So we crafted fusion prompts. Now, what is fusion prompts? So I've been using ChatGPT from the time it has released. I've been using Notion and Notion AI as well. So fusion prompts is a fusion of AI prompts and AI tech in such a way that you can enhance and create better systems and workflows for your everyday operations. And these operations can be implemented by any company, but especially by creative companies, people who are in the creative realm, people who are content writers, content creators. They can benefit from it the most. Even solopreneurs, if you are a solopreneur, you can start. Um, all you have to do is you need to go to our website called fusionprompts.com. And on this website, if you scroll down, so you will see that there are few packages that we have created. This is the international pricing, and then there is this India only pricing. So here you will get different types of prompts, and these are not just any prompts. These are basically combinations of mega prompts, basic prompts, and mega prompts. These prompts will be chained prompts. I'm not just going to give you the prompts. There's going to be a small AI course which will guide you through the basics and nitty gritties of what is AI prompting all about, what is prompt engineering all about, what is chain prompting, what is reverse prompting, what is mega prompting, right? So all of this is going to be sold here through Fusion Prompts. And the idea is to empower creators and entrepreneurs to be able to create their own content in a much more streamlined and effective way, and to enhance their creative operations uh, and workflows. So, this is what I have come up with as a solution to the problem of fast revenue, quick revenue, because branding bomb might be sustainable in the long term, but in the short term, I have bills to pay and I need to survive and keep things running. So this is the first solution that I came up with. The second solution I came up with is basically an idea. It's still in the idea stage. It's called two-wheeler ads. So the idea is very simple. You have a two-wheeler, and maybe you have to travel to your office every single day, and your office is, let's assume, anywhere between 5 to 10 kilometers away from your home. Now we're going to fix a number. We're going to call it 7 kilometers or 7.5 kilometers one side, and total would be 15 kilometers based on that. So now if you're traveling 15 kilometers every day, the idea is, what if I could give you something like this? Let me show you on screen. Scooter backrest. Okay. So there are these backrests available for scooters in different shapes and sizes. So I'm going to deliver this particular backrest, but not exactly this way. We are going to customize it in such a way that we can actually put a banner ad over here. And there will be a GPS device inside integrated. So the GPS device connects with your mobile and allows you to track where your bike is. The backrest gives support and safety to the person sitting behind the pillion. And the banner makes you money. How does it make you money? Well, we sign up with brands, and then per kilometer that you're riding the bike with the GPS on, you get paid a certain amount. We are still contemplating what that amount is, but I'm expecting that amount to be anywhere between 10 to 20 rupees per kilometer, which is a huge number. You can almost earn, if you're traveling 15 kilometers per day and you're traveling 20 days a month, so that's about 300 kilometers. And for 300 kilometers, you can earn anywhere about 3,000 to 6,000 rupees a month. That means your petrol cost is absolutely going to be free. So, this is the next idea that we are working upon. And right now, what you're seeing through this live stream, what we are trying to do is, I'm going to be sitting on these sessions. First week is going to be 1 hour each day. Second week is going to be 2 hours each day. And from third week onwards, we are going to be going 3 hours per day till 75 days are over. Okay. In these 75 days, I'm actually literally going to be building out Branding Bum, its business model. I'm going to be building out Fusion prompts. I'm building out two-wheeler ads, and reach a point where all of this feeds back resources to help me build Find Flow. Now you must be asking, what is Find Flow? You've been talking about Find Flow from so long, but what exactly is this Find Flow? So this is Find Flow. Let me show you. Find Flow is a platform where the goal of Find Flow is to help people learn about the 7 relationships. What are these 7 relationships? Oops. So the first one is servant master. The second one is friendships. Third one is parent child. It can be guardian also. The next fourth one is lover, partner, self, guru, and God or creator. So the idea is to build an entire ecosystem that helps people understand the importance of relationships and strengthen their relationships. So this timer has somehow restarted. So let me just quickly stop that. And we can hide that timer here. Now we are over time, but we're gonna end very, very soon. So the 7 relationships with Findflow, the idea is to help people strengthen their existing relationships, form and forge new relationships, and if they have any roadblocks in their existing relationships, help them remove those roadblocks. And as a result, help people to have a better experience, express themselves, and have a more fulfilled and meaningful life. Now you must be asking, like, what's in it for you, Shubham? Like, why are you doing this, and what do you get if you do all of this? Well, point number one, I think I will be getting, not I think, I know for a fact that at the end of my journey on this planet, I will feel satisfied that I fulfilled all my relationships. The relationship of me trying to serve all of you, that is what I'm trying to fulfill through this content and through these live streams and all of these businesses and ideas that I'm trying to build here. How am I going to do it? I'm going to be offering coaching calls for Findflow, events, physical events. We are going to have like real videos where we are going to have intimate conversations with parents, with their children and friends, and like all of the relationships that I spoke about. We are going to have uh, in-house parties and events where you have experiences beyond just dating. You can make friends, you can socialize. Even couples can have like double dates and things of that nature. We are going to have an online store. Until now, everyone was wearing clothes or merchandise for the bare, fulfilling their bare needs. For example, to protect themselves from the weather and from other people, and to hide their body, and maybe some people used it for branding and marketing also. But we are bringing an whole new perspective to merchandising, which is connecting it with the community. And there will be like a QR code, so you can actually go, if someone is wearing a merchandise from Findflow, they'll have a QR code on that merchandise which you can scan and connect with them in real life. So it's kind of like all of these dating apps, but you don't swipe, you actually see them and you talk to them and you network and communicate and build a relationship with them. We're going to have a lot of safety features also in there, so don't worry, it's going to be there. The mobile app is going to be coming soon. We probably might be going on Kickstarter so that people can support us and fund us. And we are obviously going to be focusing on how you can improve your relationships in your workplace, and how you can become a partner with Findflow and help us fulfill our mission, and how you can become a coach and start conducting and hosting events in your cities and your localities. So this is about it for Findflow. So as I already mentioned, there are a lot of things that are coming up. Okay. I am very excited, at the same time a lot anxious. But if you show your support, And if you can share, something that you took away from this particular video, it'll be really, really meaningful to me. It'll help me, it'll motivate me, and help me understand that we are going in the right direction. So I think when I was writing on the tab, the screen was not being shared. So let me just go back a few pages. So this is Branding Bum, where we shoot videos, actor studio. This is all that we offer. These are all the different um, numbers that we came up with here. Okay. Um, this is about fusion prompts, how we are going to make money, and how we are going to actually implement the ideas. And this is what you can expect from this live stream going further. And this is the pyramid of the 7 relationships. So I hope this was helpful to all of you. I will be sharing whatever notes I'm making here. I will be sharing the carousel post of these notes on the social media platforms. For people who don't have any context, I will write a short note on what exactly happened in the live stream. So people who have actually seen this live stream can find the notes in the comments and on my social media platforms. Okay. So if you have any questions, type them in the chat. If not, let's end this session with a small musical note. Let me see if I can incorporate some stoic activity. Let's read Marcus Aurelius, one quote from him before we end this. If you have any questions, type them in the comments. Let's see. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Okay, very, very deep. What you think, what you believe is going to form how you live your life, happy or sad. And on that note, I would like to say namaste and thank you. I'm Shubham, your host at Branding Bum, and I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, take care and have a good